The horrible door in Peppa Pig's house. Setting: Peppa's house, living room, evening.
Grandma, tell us one of your scary stories. Peppa requested.
Have I ever told you about the door in the floor? Grandma Pig smiled.
Door in the floor, George repeated uncertainly.
Oh ho ho, that is truly a frightening tale, Grandpa Pig added.
Flashback: Grandma's old cottage. Many years ago, before moving to the village, I lived in an old little house. One night, I heard a strange noise. Creak we see top view of the floor, where a wooden trapdoor slowly opens. This was the door in the floor. Nobody had ever opened it, not even me. But that night, it opened all by itself. Inside the house, the young grandmother cautiously approaches the door with a lit candle. Outside, wind whistles through the windows. She opens the hatch and peers into complete darkness.
When I looked inside, I didn't see any steps, only mist. Cold, whispering mist. Suddenly, a distant voice whispers faintly, Gra endima swineank.
Back to present-day living room.
What did the voice say? Peppa exclaimed.
It told me to close the door. That's what I did. Quickly, Grandma Pig answered seriously.
And then did it ever open again? George asked curiously.
No, not for many years. Grandma sighed.
Years later, one day while cleaning, Grandma hears the familiar creaking sound again, creak. She opens the hatch and sees two eyes gazing upward.
That time, there was something below. Grandma continued her story.
What was it? Both Peppa and George gasped simultaneously.
There was. Me, Grandma quietly revealed. I saw my face directly, only much older, and holding exactly the same candle. Grandma explained further.
That's so scary, George muttered. And what happened next? Peppa insisted.
I said hello. Then the other me whispered back, close the door. Grandma finished her story.
Trapdoor closes automatically. So I did. Afterward, the door never opened again. Except if someone mentions it aloud. Modern day living room. We've mentioned it already. Peppa noticed worriedly. Just then, there is another faint creak from beneath the floorboards. Creak. Door in the floor. George panicked. Everybody glances around anxiously, except George, carefully lifting the corner of the carpet. Well, perhaps we shouldn't have told this story before bedtime. Grandma grinned mischievously. Everybody laughs nervously, except George still peering under the carpet. Screen fades to black. Some doors are best left closed.
Hi, I am Peppa Pig. This is my brother George. Today, we went to the farm, but we never gone back.
Twilight came faster than usual. Our car creaked as it stopped on the broken dirt road. The farm looked different, older, quieter. Even the birds were silent.
We won't be long, said Mummy Pig. Daddy just needs to grab a jar of honey, then we'll head home.
George held my hand tightly. He wasn't smiling, neither was I. The house windows were dark, but someone had to be inside. We got out. Daddy Pig walked toward the house, but stopped. He was staring at the old barn. The door was half open, swaying in the wind with a rusty creak. Who left that open? He asked.
Grandpa Dog, Mummy Pig guessed quietly.
But Grandpa Dog had died 2 years ago. Suddenly, a sound came from the barn. A crunch, like broken glass under a shoe. I stepped closer. George tugged my arm. Don't go, he whispered, but I was already standing in front of it. I peeked inside. Darkness. Just a single flickering lamp overhead. Straw on the ground and something else. A broken toy. It looked exactly like my teddy, except its eyes were missing.
Daddy, I called. No reply. Just the sound of something moving. I stepped inside, and at that moment, the barn door slammed shut behind me. Pitch black. The lamp flickered. I could hear breathing. Close, right behind me. I turned. Nothing there.
But on the wall a shadow, tall, thin, with long arms stretching to the floor. My throat felt tight. I couldn't scream. I stepped back. Something crunched under my shoe. I looked down. A drawing. A family like mine, but no faces. Just blank circles where the eyes should be. Something rustled in the corner. The light flickered, and for a split second, I saw him. He stood still. His eyes, hollow, his mouth, painted on too wide. He wore a rabbit costume, like an old party mask. I screamed and rushed to the door. It wouldn't open. Behind me, a whisper.
Peppa, come play!
The door suddenly burst open. I fell outside into the mud. George was there, not moving. His eyes were shut, but his lips were moving.
He is here. He whispered. He found you?
Daddy Pig stood a few steps away, holding a flashlight. His face was still and blinking. He slowly turned toward the barn. Who was in there? Peppa? He asked. I don't know, I whispered. He was wearing a mask. We turned. The barn door was shut again. But now, drawn in chalk, was a picture, our family, and my face scratched out. Mummy grabbed George's hand. We were leaving. Now we ran to the car. I jumped into the back seat, looked out the window, and I saw him again, standing in the field next to the scarecrow. No mask now. His face looked like mine, but the mouth was wider, much wider. The engine wouldn't start. Daddy slammed the wheel. Hurry, whispered Mummy. The headlights flashed, and there he was, right in front of the car, staring through the glass. He opened his mouth, and I heard my voice.
Hi, I am Peppa Pig. Today, we went to the farm. The screen went black. The whisper faded. We never went back to that place. But on the rear window of our car, there is still a handprint. A small hand with 5 fingers and a 6th in the center.